Milkshake pups.
Milkshake pups. Your booth is so cool looking. And I have to ask, what are you doing at Dakucon?
Yeah, well, I was here last year. It was my first convention last year. This is my second time being at Daku, and it's just such a great place. I mean, honestly, the artists here are so incredible. There are so many people who are just like great to meet, and it's just such a great community, especially Dakucon. It's got the best artist community, I would say, for sure.
Yeah, and Dakucon has been awesome so far. I'm wondering, so Dakucon's a bit different than some of the other cons? There are more boobs here?
Yeah, that's for sure.
Do you change your booth at all for Dakucon?
A little bit. I actually made these little sexy keychain ladies.
Ooh, very sexy.
Yes, and they're front and back. And so I actually made them for con last year. And so I just get to display them here since I can't anywhere else.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You really get to let her rip at Dakucon.
Yeah, exactly.
Have some fun here.
For sure.
That's awesome. So something cool that I heard that you do, I want to know if it's true, is you give some of your proceeds to charity.
Yeah, we actually give 10% of our proceeds to one of 3 charities. One is shark conservation, so any sharks, you get shark conservation. For the pride frogs, it goes to the Trevor Project, and everything else goes to the Live Project, which is a great local organization.
Okay. Wow, that's so nice of you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's actually why I started doing this, is because I love sharks, and so I wanted to be able to do something. I mean, we're in Colorado, you can't really do much with sharks here.
Ah, yes.
Especially with shark conservation, but I thought, okay, well, if I can sell art of sharks, that's my part.
Well, hold on. Sharks are scary. Why do you like sharks?
Well, actually, I would say the myth about sharks being scary is very inaccurate.
Really?
Yeah, because if you think about it, just in general, humans are on land more than they are in water, so the likelihood of you actually getting bitten by a shark is so low. You're actually more likely to be bitten by a New Yorker than a shark.
I love that statistic.
It's really great.
I
love
believe that.
one.
I was going to say, like, you're probably going to get chomped by a squirrel before.
Yeah. You can get, what is it? Like, more people die from vending machines than sharks. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and sharks are kind of cute too.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yeah. All the ones that I have a great white, but the rest of them are all the nice ones.
Cool. What's your favorite shark?
Blacktip reef shark. I actually have a little pin of him.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that. What is that?
Yeah, so they're like really actually tiny sharks. Our Denver Aquarium has a couple of them. They're really small.
Oh, cool.
And they're known for reefs because that's generally where they are, and they're a great sign that an ecosystem is doing well when you see blacktip reef sharks. So that's what I love about it. Yeah, sharks are, since they're our apex predator in the ocean, when we see an ecosystem doing really well in the ocean, we see shark population.
Really?
So yeah, and so sharks are so important for the population in the ocean, and ultimately water actually is where we get, the ocean's where we get most of our oxygen, is from the plankton. So it's so important to, save sharks and all the other animals.
Wow. All right. Well, I was scared before, but now I'm on board. I think we might need the sharks.
Yeah, we do. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am wondering, where can we find you online?
Yeah, Instagram and on milkshakepups.com.
Okay.
So I am a local artist, and I make enamel pins and stationery, stickers, things like that. And so I'm just here to sell my wares and look at all of the cool costumes and have fun.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So there was one in particular that I noticed. You have enamel pins, but you also have translucent enamel pins. What are those?
So those are my newest pin designs. They are dyed metal, and then the enamel that's in them is it's a mix of enamel and like epoxy, so that they're like kind of clear. So basically, you can see the metal underneath of it, and then it kind of like you can see like the shadows that the metal casts on it. They're really fun. I wanted them to look kind of like either gummy bears or balloons. So I was trying to find like a method that would play into that. So yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, those are very cool. I must say, though, your booth is very cute. It is not something I expected to see at Dakucon.
I know.
Are the boobs missing?
Yes, they are. So I know. It's a kawaii brand. Like I've never really had like a lot of the NSFW art, but like I was one of the artists that came to these conventions, like kind of when the convention was newer.
Yeah.
And I don't know, they keep inviting me back. So here I am.
Well, that's awesome. I can see why. You make awesome stuff here.
Thanks.
Aside from your own beautiful artwork, are there any other vendors or artists here that you enjoy viewing their artwork?
There's so many. Right across from me over here, Nani in a Box. It's now Nani's Box Shop. I think that she was at the first Dakucon that I attended as well. And then there's a couple that I follow on Instagram. Bippy Inc. is at the very end of this row at the right by the door.
Okay.
And I actually met her online, and then I got to meet her today in person. So yeah, there's a lot of very talented artists here.
That's awesome, and it's fun to meet someone in person that you've been talking to online.
It was really fun. I was very excited.
Very cool. Any plans for conventions for you in the future?
Well, hopefully. I did NDK earlier this year, and that one was in September. I would love to do that one again. Colorado Anime Fest is coming up as well, and I did apply for that one, so we'll see if I get in.
We'll be there.
Yeah, awesome.
Cool. Where can we find you online?
So all of my socials are Atomic Cupcake Designs. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and then I have my own website as well, which is just atomiccupcakedesigns.com. So I'm everywhere.
She's everywhere. We will put those tags down below, and thank you so much for talking with me.
Yeah, thank you.
KJ with KJ's Jerky.
KJ's Jerky. You were nice enough to give me a sample of your jerky, and it was amazing. Tell me what you're doing at Dakucon.
Well, I'm here selling what was 8 lovely flavors. I'm down to 2 because everybody else has bought out everything else. And it is artisanal prepackaged jerky that is in 8 delicious flavors with samples for everything, so that way you can try it before you buy.
Wow, that's great. Do you make this jerky yourself?
It's my company. I literally do everything.
Wow, that's amazing. So you process the meat down from it getting cut out of an animal.
Actually, on that one, I go from butcher to bag right now, but the phase 4 of my business plan is farm with my own cattle, so I go from hoof to bag.
Wow. Wait, say that process again. Hoof to
bag.
Hoof to bag. I like that. Well, that's cool that you are planning on taking it that far. Has that always been the plan?
So on that one right there, originally it started as a hobby. I just like food. I don't know if you can tell or not. And my friends kept trashing me because, you'd make it for Christmas, things like that. And then they're like, dude, I need it all the time. Just make a business. So I got tired of getting paid $25 an hour for a $75 an hour job and started my own company.
Wow, that's awesome. And you do it very well. I'm not joking. This jerky is awesome. You have, I think, cayenne original right here. What's your most fun flavor?
So on that one right there, of all the flavors, there is original, garlic basil, teriyaki, Pueblo green chili, cayenne, spicy teriyaki, chipotle, mango habanero. And for me, I love all of them equally because they're my recipes. They don't come prepackaged from some other company and then I make the jerky.
Yeah.
But the idea behind it is more 3 questions. Do you like it spicy or not spicy? Not spicy, original, teriyaki, garlic basil.
Sure.
If you want spicy, then the next question is mild or hot, smoky or sweet, and then I can nail it down to one for you to start to try. And then, of course, you're allowed to try the others too.
Interesting. Okay. So you have pretty much everything covered that someone could want.
Absolutely. Not only that, but no sugar, gluten, or MSG to worry about in there, so that way you don't have that problem.
Awesome.
On top of it, for those that have a soy allergy, I do have 3 flavors that have no soy in it, so that way you can still have some jerky.
Oh, very cool. Do you ever get any bizarre flavor requests?
So on that one, I've had a few people try and tell me my business by going, oh, hey, you should be using Kikkoman's teriyaki blend. And it's like, have you looked at the ingredients list on that? That is just no.
Yeah.
However, some of the fun ones have been like this coming spring, I've thought about doing a lamb pomegranate flavor. Ooh. Just as a seasonal for people to get. And then, once the season has passed, there is my own personal one that I really still need to do is the pumpkin spice jerky.
No, really?
Yep. So if you want, hold on.
This can't be real.
Oh, no, this is my teriyaki flavor.
Ah, okay.
So that way you get a chance to see what that salty sweet blend is like.
Okay.
So that way when it comes time for that pumpkin spice, you'll understand because I'll be making it with pork, not beef. That way it plays nicer with it, and also using maple syrup for the salty sweet blend on that instead of honey and pineapple for the teriyaki.
Ah, okay. Well, that's crazy. I had never thought of a pumpkin spice jerky, but I'm glad you're paving the way for that.
Somebody has to. I mean, everything else is freaking pumpkin spice. I think they've got pumpkin spice carpet now.
They're going to be selling your jerky in Starbucks in a couple years.
I mean, okay, I'll sell out at that point.
You'll take the $10 million.
Something along those lines, absolutely.
That's awesome. Where can we find you online?
So on that one right there, I have my social medias. Super easy to find me. If you go to Google and just type in KJS space jerky. Okay. No E between the K and the Y. It's just KY. It'll be the first one that pops up for Facebook.
Awesome. Okay. And we are going to put your tags down below. And thank you so much for talking with me today.
Not a problem. Thank you for talking with me. Have a good one.
You too.
Styling from S-Bars.
Awesome. And I saw your booth. You have so much cool stuff here. Tell me about what you're doing here.
Well, the reason why we came here is to be different compared with the other vendors, and we always try to do something cool for the people.
Awesome. You do have a lot of cool stuff here. I like all these blankets. We'll put a shot of these in here. And what really caught my eye is the body pillows. Which body pillow is your favorite?
My favorite one is Darling the Frank. Unfortunately, we don't have it right now, sold out.
Okay.
But I recommend to you.
Oh,
yeah.
which one do you recommend? One that's here that you would recommend for me?
That one.
This one. Who is this?
That one's, what's his name? I think, Lino, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Recommend for me? Why do you recommend her for me?
She's super hot.
She is super hot.
She's super hot. Just like that. Straight like that. She's
Awesome.
super hot.
All right, I'm sold. You don't have to sell me anymore. That's awesome.
Cool.
Very cool. And I see you have a bunch of other cool stuff over here. What kind of things do you carry that make you unique at this con?
The ponchos.
Ponchos?
Ponchos, yes.
Okay.
We made those.
Oh, those are ponchos.
Those are ponchos,
Very
yeah.
cool.
Anime ponchos.
Awesome.
Thanks to my grandma. My grandma used to make the ponchos by hand. Now technology, computer,
Sure.
we can add in those image.
Wow.
Yes.
These are very cool. These are very intricate. We are going to get some shots of these.
Yes, thank you.
Wow. Do you go to other conventions?
Yes, after this one, I have most of the time I'm busy on summer.
Okay.
Right now, this is my last one for this year, but I'm planning to do more often.
Awesome.
Yep.
That's great. And where can our viewers find you online? Instagram?
Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. Can they buy your products online?
Yes, you can do that. Yeah. S-Bars, LLC, Anime Combat.
Awesome. We're going to put their tags down below. Thank you so much for talking with me.
Thank you, my friend.
With?
Penny Palm.
And your booth is amazing. I saw you have so much cool glasswork here. You have knit work here. What are you doing at Dakucon?
I'm vending my glassware. I also brought some of my own crocheted items, as well as one of my friend Maddie's crochet items as well. And mostly just bringing all of the weaves, the glass that I have brought to the world over the last 10 years. Sorry.
No, that's awesome. You're here for the weebs. I like it. What is this intricate style of glasswork called where there is a piece inside of the glass?
So it's all of the pictures are called Murini images.
Okay.
And so basically, like, it's kind of like the Pillsbury dough cookie rolls that we used to get when we were kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and like you would like slice off a cookie basically.
Yeah.
So like I make the roll out of glass in that way, and then I slice off a cookie, which would also be called a Murini coin, and then I use that and melt it into the piece that I'm working on. So every single one of the images that are on the table are just like little slices of an image that I've made before. And like I only get about 1,000 applications out of each image that I make.
Sure.
And once they're gone, they're gone. Like,
wow.
But like the cool thing about it though is that like I get to immortalize these characters that we all love and like enjoy, because like you could pick up one of my marbles and drop it in the sand, and 10,000 years from now it's fossilized and it'll still look like the image that it was to begin with. Like, so it'll last longer than any of us will, and I think that that's really cool. And it's also a really ancient art form as well. Like they have found Murini dating back all the way to the Egyptians. Yeah, and like there's like a museum that has them, and like they showcase the Egyptian Murini. So like, yes, I make a whole lot of like butts and like weeby video game stuff, but at the same time I'm still very happy that I get to be a part of something that has been brought to the world for generations.
Yeah, a beautiful classical art style. It almost makes you want to take some of your marbles to the beach and toss them out just so they're there forever.
Yeah, like fish, like people take them and put them in their aquariums. Why not put them in the big one?
Ah, that's a cool idea. I like that. You've had people do that before.
Oh yeah.
Wow, that's very cool. And actually, I just noticed that there are butts in some of these.
Oh yeah.
I saw the ones up here that are like stars in the Triforce, but you put butts in these too.
Oh yeah. There's a butt. There's like some legs spreading. Like, come on. Like that was actually another reason why.
There are vaginas in these too.
Oh yeah. Like the reason why I really wanted to come out here is that I was like, when I I've always been scared to go out to cons because, like, I'm just like, how do I censor that part of my stuff?
Sure.
And I'm just like, you basically have to put a price dot, like, right over the whole image because, like, give me your ID. But, like, so I saw that this was 18 and up, and I was like, I can actually, like, showcase what I do. Like, I make this stuff for, like, the kid inside as well as the adult, so...
Yeah, that's awesome. This is the perfect con for you.
Yes, and I feel so at home here. Like, I'm just like, oh, my people.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't I do this sooner?
Have you received a lot of love today?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, this has been, like, the best experience that I've had in a while
Wow,
when it
that's
comes
awesome.
to, like, a convention period. Like, but I've also been, like, doing some other circuits as well,
Okay.
so... It's just been a great refresher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are lots of other cool artists and creators here. Are there any other booths that you're fond of that you found?
There is a guy over in the dealer's room that does all the chainmail.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, like he's awesome. Also, the guy who's selling that bomb-ass beef jerky is...
Should I try that?
Yes, he's got samples. Like,
Okay.
you need to get
Yeah.
some of it.
Did you see
It's
that
so
guy?
good. Like,
The beef jerky guy?
no, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a beef jerky guy.
Yeah,
He's,
she
like,
said we
2
got to try the
booths
beef
in.
jerky. Okay, we're going to try the beef jerky after this.
It's so good. It's like super moist and like I think like I paid like $10 to $20 a bag, and it's like
That's not much. Beef jerky's expensive.
I know it's good.
I'm actually getting into making my own now, so yeah, it's
yeah.
going to be exciting.
Hey, maybe he can help you out with some tips.
Yes, I would love that. So we do want to find all of your beautiful artwork online. Where can we find you?
On Instagram, Firefox Glass. I also have a website that's firefoxglass.com as well. Instagram is the best way to get a hold of me. I don't really check my email very much.
Sure.
But yeah, so that, and I also do have a Facebook page
Okay.
that I'm pretty regular on as well.
Cool. Well, we will put those tags below. Thank you so much for talking with me.
Yeah, thank you.
Jessica Barnes, this is Dragon Quest Studios.
Jessica, actually, I don't know where to hold the microphone right now. There's a speaker here, there's a mouth here. How do you talk?
I talk with an amplifier hidden behind my N95 Max filter.
This is very cool. This is
Isn't
an
that cool?
intense setup. Is this part of the cosplay?
It is not. This is part of the I have a lot of neurological conditions and I'm on disability set.
Okay.
So I'm just like, oh, are we going to wear a mask? But then people need to be able to see your face, right?
Right.
So I'm like, all right, well, I want them to be able to read lips, but then you also can't hear me.
Okay.
So amplifier.
Interesting. Okay.
Which then makes it sound like I'm coming from a hip.
I'm going to hold...
talk out of here, some people talk out of here. Works out.
Yeah. I'm going to hold the microphone like halfway between.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
And
I can like do that. Wait, that doesn't look right.
you're good. And I can see why you have the cool makeup on. What is your character?
Harley Quinn.
Nice.
Only this is sort of a personal interpretation because today we're doing the bikini version of Harley Quinn, which admittedly the very first time I have ever done it. So, but I liked it.
Yeah, it's going well. You look great.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. And aside from your cool setup, I noticed your artwork. Tell me about your art.
Thank you. I do a lot of ink works. I do Inktober every year, done it for 7 years. A lot of dragon, sci-fi, fantasy, Harley Quinn, weirdly. People seem to like that.
I wonder why.
And most of what people keep thinking is watercolor. Just because it's really smooth, but a lot of times
Yeah.
it's either straight ink or you do marker with colored pencil layer on top of it, and it turns into looking like watercolor.
Interesting.
It's weird, but I love it.
Wow,
I
very
always
cool.
put on my Instagram, I'm like, and this is how I'm doing this weird thing right now, so you can check that out.
Wow, that's awesome. Do you do lots of conventions?
I do a lot of them usually. I didn't this year because health problems, but next year, going to be back to it again. So I do a lot of them in the local area. I'm Colorado Springs. So I do
okay.
Colorado Springs Comic Con, and then I'm hoping to do Fan Expo next year. We'll see. And then I do one out in Chicago sometimes. So
Wow, you're all over.
I'm all over. I love it. To be fair, I cheat. One of my friends lives in Chicago, so like we
Okay.
just kind of switch off vacations
Yeah.
and defray costs by doing conventions.
Wow, that is very cool. So do you always cosplay for conventions? It seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, it is a lot of work, but I super like doing Harley Quinn, so I have 6 Harley Quinns.
6 Harley Quinns?
Yeah.
That's too many Harley Quinns.
There's never too many Harley Quinns. What are you talking about? Come back tomorrow. You'll see another one.
Another one?
Yep, I have another one
Oh
every
my
day.
god, that is awesome.
And yeah, Daku, I do a little bit less clothing Harley Quinns.
Yeah.
Most of the time it's, you know, like the classic cartoon Harley or Arkham Knight Harley is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
But yeah, Daku, you go for the gold dress Suicide Squad Harley.
That's awesome.
So that'll be super fun.
I know everyone here appreciates that.
Yeah, no, right? I'm like walking through and somebody just was like, knockout. And I was like, A, I can hear you, and B, thank you.
That's awesome.
That was great.
Well, if our fans want to see more of your artwork and more of your cosplay online, where can they find you?
I'm at fishwithatophat.com. You can also find me at Fish with a Top Hat on Instagram, Twitter, and Blue Sky, or you can find me Dragon Crest Studios on Etsy.
Wow, awesome.
Written right here.
Cool. So our fans could buy your artwork online.
Absolutely. You can buy the originals on my website, The Fish with the Top Hat.
Okay.
Or you can buy any of the prints out on the Etsy store.
Awesome. Well, let's all check her out online, and thank you so much for talking with me.
Thank you so much.
Kunzai from Fox and Fish.
Fox and Fish, we just talked at Galacticon, and you had so much cool artwork that we couldn't talk about all of it. So today, I wanted to ask you about some stuff that you don't have here, because we talked about your oil paintings last time.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you about your taxidermy restoration. What is that about?
I would bring in taxidermy that came from houses that had floods or fires, and I would basically pet them until the mold and smoke was gone, using special chemicals and whatnot to help pull that out. And sometimes with leathers, there's shrinkage, and you have to fill that in with something. You either fill it in or you have to take it complete apart and remount it. So I would go and find furs that would match what was missing and fill in where the shrinkage was. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds very intricate. It's funny because when you said you pet them, I imagined you sitting on the couch watching TV, just kind of petting a deer, but it's more complicated than that.
It's a little bit more complicated with that. It's usually an audiobook, but...
Awesome. So you do enjoy bones as well outside of taxidermy, and you had a funny little story about a bat you found.
Yes, I had bats living in my awning at one time, and my cats got out, grabbed one of the bats, and then took it inside and proceeded to drown it in his water dish. It was heartbreaking, so to honor the bat, I decided to bury it and then repurpose the bones later.
Oh my God. What did you repurpose the bones into?
Mostly decoration. I use them in still lifes for my own work sometimes, so they will pop up in paintings from time to time.
Oh, very cool. Well, that's awesome. Well, thank you for sharing with me about the taxidermy, about the bones. What conventions are coming up for you in the future?
I believe the next one is Costume Con in March.
Okay, cool. Well, we will see you at Costume Con. Fox and Fish, thank you so much for talking with me today.
Thank you.
I'm Erica Zetterland. I am Interstellar Dice online.
Awesome. Interstellar Dice, I passed by your booth today, and these dice look amazing. I am curious, what are these dice here with stuff inside of them?
Well, I like Pokemon, so I put Pokemon in my dice.
Wait, there are Pokemon in these dice?
There are Pokemon in these dice. These ones over here, I got Snorlax, I got a Gengar over here, but I like sculpt them from clay and then I cast resin duplicates, so they're not weighted, except with vibes, you know?
That's awesome. There are Pokemon in these dice. That is so cool. So you are at Dakucon with all of these, and I saw a few special dice over here that you made.
Yeah.
Are these loaded dice?
They are loaded dice. Handmade makers get a lot of questions about like, are your dice fair? And we're like, yes, they're fair. They're probably more fair than your Chessex dice. But just to mess with people, I gotta make some loaded ones. And then also when people are like, I have terrible rolling luck, I can just give them a loaded 20 die. And we're like, hey, I bet you can roll well with this one.
That's awesome. I gotta say, I've never seen a person making dice that makes loaded dice before, so that's very unique.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I laugh every time.
I like that you make loaded dice that not only roll 20s, but that roll 1s too.
Yeah. I make some that roll like 3s. I made one that rolled a 2 before. 'Cause it's like right next to 20. So you'll roll plenty of 20s, but more 2s.
That's evil.
It is.
It's not very nice. You're gonna tear apart some D&D groups with this.
I fully intend to. some if D&D groups can't handle a little fun with loaded dice, they just don't gel well enough together.
Little shenanigans.
Yeah.
I like that.
You gotta test the limits.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, I hope some people show up to their D&D groups with these. Aside from your booth, do you have any other vendors that you're a fan of here at Dakucon?
Well, I was just talking with the vendor right next to me. We're talking about little collaboration stuff, and I don't know. I don't get out of my booth very much though, so.
Sure. Yeah, no, that's awesome. You should talk to the booths next to you. That's awesome. Where can our fans find you online if they want to purchase your dice?
I have a website. It's interstellardice.com, but you can also find me under that name on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and all its clones.
Neko Pixel.
I'm here with NekoPixel. We all remember NekoPixel from Galacticon. I am wondering though, your booth looks super cool, but it's a little different for Dakucon. What's different?
I guess it's like a little bit more family friendly. I don't know. I mean,
It's family friendly now?
I mean, I don't know. I tried to make something more not safe for work, but I usually make like not safe, or I usually make more family friendly stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there are boobies at your booth this time.
Yes.
They look great, by the way. You're good at both drawing with clothes on and clothes off.
Thank you. I try my best.
So you were telling me that last year your first con ever was Dakucon. Is that true?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
That's a crazy con for your first con. Was it what you expected?
I didn't really know what to expect. It was just kind of like a small con that I wanted to try out, and everybody was super nice and very open with who they are, and I love that about this con. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. And obviously you liked it. You came back for another year.
Yes, yeah. It was very nice, and I love the organizers. I actually went to high school, some of them.
Oh, no way.
So, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
That's funny. I met some of the organizers at Galacticon, so that's
okay.
awesome. They're
Yeah.
very good people.
They're very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love them.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And can you tell me a bit about your cosplay?
Yeah, I just did a casual Rey cosplay from Evangelion today.
Yeah.
But I have an Evangelion shirt.
Oh, nice.
And then just the wig. I don't have the right contacts in. She has red eyes, but I was just lazy today. Yeah.
Those are contacts, right?
Yeah,
Wow, that looks cool. I hope we can see that on the camera.
Yeah.
It is cool looking.
Yeah.
But you do have the Ray. I never know what to call those. They're ears. They're like signal thingies.
Kind of, yeah. I think it helps her connect with the Eva a little bit better or something.
Okay.
I don't know how it works.
Why doesn't Shinji get those?
I think he does actually.
Oh,
have
he has
some.
those too?
Yeah, I think
okay.
so.
I need to pay more attention.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right because the German chick has them too.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. They all have those.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I got to get me some of those.
Yeah, they're kind of cool. I like them. Like, I think you could just wear them out, honestly.
It's a good look. You pull it off.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Well, any plans for your next convention?
I don't know. I applied to Colorado Anime Fest, so we'll hope I get into that.
Very cool.
But yeah.
You better get into that. Colorado Anime Fest. Let's get NekoPixel in there.
Thank you.
Austin Hensley.
Austin, I walked by your booth and you have so much cool artwork here. Tell me about what you're doing at Dakucon.
It's just a chance to showcase my glass-blowing artwork in a new venue. I've always kind of traditionally been with pipe venues, so it was really interesting to do something anime-related and break out of the box.
Very cool. You have so many cool pieces here. I thought these little guys here were chillums, but can you tell me what these are?
They're beads, but you can also use them as a joint stone to hold a joint.
A joint stone? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
How does that work?
You stuff the joint in one end, and then the other end is a mouthpiece so that you're not getting so dirty with your fingers and resin on your lips.
Ah, nice. Okay, so it keeps you from burning your fingers a little bit.
Yes.
Cool. I like that. I noticed you also make things that are, actually most of your stuff is not pipe related. I saw these, are these goblets here?
Yeah, I do a lot of wine goblets and things like that for weddings.
Whoa.
And so I love taking the opportunity to just make some unique ones every once in a while.
This
and
is very
anything
cool.
functional is exciting to me.
Yeah. Wow, your set of glassware and silverware and dishware at home must look crazy.
It's pretty nuts, yeah. My wife makes a lot of special requests.
I bet. It must just look like a medieval dining room at your house.
It's a little crazy.
That's awesome. So aside from what we've looked at already, are there any cool pieces that you've made that you'd like to show?
My new series that I've been doing are like little tabletop TVs that you can wear as a pendant.
Oh, cool.
And they showcase the artwork of other artists like my friend Penny, who make these little images called Marini. And they're the first time I've been able to showcase that style of art in a way that makes me like really happy with it.
Yeah, very cool. So what are those little images and they're made of?
They're made of glass as well. She'll
Wow.
make a very large blank of glass that has the image stacked in it, and then pull it down and cut it into little chips. And then those chips we use to put images into things.
Wow, that's amazing because I know a lot of people would use like little pieces of paper. So that's cool that it's glass in glass.
There's no resin, no paper. It's just all 100% glass.
Wow, that's amazing. So if our viewers want to see more of your stuff, where can they find you online?
Hensley Art Glass on Instagram, Hensley Glass Art on TikTok, and then Hensley Art Glass everywhere else on social media, as well as hensleyartglass.com.
Awesome.
Stephanie.
Stephanie, I passed by your booth and you have a lot of cool jewelry here. Tell me what you're doing at Dakucon.
Just having a good time and hoping to earn some Christmas money.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, so you make a lot of cool jewelry. What kind of materials do you use?
I use hypoallergenic materials, mostly sterling silver and stainless steel. So,
Awesome.
yeah, I try to make jewelry for everyone that everyone can wear. So,
Wow. So do you melt down your own silver?
I wish. No, definitely not. No,
So
I
what-
work with some manufacturers. and,
Okay, cool.
Yeah, do a lot of sourcing like that.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What are these gem-like shiny things in the jewelry?
So a lot of them are glass.
Oh, glass.
But
Okay.
then some of them, like these, are cubic zirconia. So it's
okay.
basically a fake diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of those are more sparkly than diamonds.
Yeah, I know. I feel like a squirrel when I work at my booth. I get so excited.
I'm excited. They're sparkly. They're shiny. They're catching my eye.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Very cool. You have so many cool pieces here. What's your favorite piece that you have?
Honestly, I am the most proud of these designs here.
Okay.
All of these. They're just different colors. That's my favorite one that I've designed so far.
Yeah.
So, by far.
Very cool. What is that metal?
That is stainless steel. So
Okay.
18 karat gold plated stainless steel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. And what are those stones? Are those glass?
It's glass. The color one is glass, and then it's a cubic zirconia star.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah.
Okay. Well, that is
a lot of fun.
awesome. Yeah, very cool. What kind of creations can we expect from you in 2024?
Let's see. I'm working on more Sailor Moon inspired designs.
Cool.
So lots of moons and stars. I'm just like really into the witchy aesthetic. So I mean that's like everybody. It seems like these days.
Maybe here.
Maybe. I don't know. So yeah, I love all of that kind of stuff.
So you're going to make some cool witchy stuff.
Yeah. That's
What kind of witchy
pretty
stuff?
cool. I don't know, crystals.
Crystals?
And,
Okay.
I don't know, just whatever I can come up with. So
Nice. Well, there are definitely some witches wandering around here, so I think you'll do well.
awesome.
Where can we find you online?
I'm on Etsy, Charming Little Fox on Etsy, and then I'm also on my own web store, just charminglittlefox.com.
Cool.
So-
Okay. Any social medias?
Yes, I have an Instagram and a TikTok, just Charming Little Fox at both of those. It's nice and easy to find me. So
Awesome.